Is Perth dangerous?
Should we go?
Girl,
We're
what
doing a
happened?
filming and then suddenly the emergency was turn on.
What happened?
Save our camera! Save our camera! Hi, I'm Devna.
And I'm Celena, and today we've collected a bunch of frequently asked questions by international students.
We're going to give our personal tips and experience and we'll hope it will be handy for you. Just to remind you guys, this is based on our personal experience.
And you can do your own research as well and visit the Curtin website for all the platforms that they are offering for international students. Here's the ball of questions, Devna. Why don't you start now?
How did you decide on going to what university?
It's just happened that I have relatives here. That's why I choose Perth. And I heard a lot of good things about Perth. But I still choose Curtin because they said that it is good with the business courses.
For me personally, why I choose Curtin is basically Curtin located in Perth. It doesn't look like Sydney or Melbourne that is more crowded. I love the city that is more calm and there's not a lot of people. And Curtin actually, what you say before, that Curtin actually have a higher rank for business.
Business courses,
Yeah. And I think it's easier for me from Indonesia to go to Perth compared to Melbourne or Sydney.
Ah, okay. That's
Yeah.
a good point though. Okay, next question. Was applying for visa hard?
For me, I'm not apply visa by myself. I actually have an agent from Indonesia. The process itself, I think for me, it's only take 2 or 3 weeks. So I just need to compile all my documents and then I pass it to my agent and then voila.
Yeah.
How about you, Celena?
Same, I have an agent. Like it is useful to have an agent because back then I was working and there's someone who is working for my process. It's just the compiling of the documents, like from your old school, your personal info, like compile it and just send it to the agent and they will do it for you.
What's the weather like in Perth?
So I can only compare it with the Philippines, here in Perth and the Philippines. What I can describe the weather in Perth is it's precise. If it's summer, then it's summer. Like, because in the Philippines, when it's summer, it's raining sometimes. But in here, when it's summer, it's summer. When it's winter. Like, it's so precise.
Do you find like weather in Perth is comfortable for you?
Philippines are humid, and in here, when it's hot, like, you can feel the wind, like, dry.
Personally, I love the summer here. I don't know why, but a lot of people doesn't like summer. But for me, I love like hot weather compared to cold weather. I love to go to the beach and everything, and also Indonesia is humid. But Perth actually have a lot of season. If you want to know more about Perth weather, you can check our video, the previous video.
It's fun to see the first autumn like that.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoy it a lot.
Next question.
Is Perth expensive? How can I answer this? Okay, you first, girl.
If you see at my bank account,
It is.
Perth, but like, I think it also depends from where you are, because the exchange rate from Indonesia is a bit high compared to like Australian dollars. In terms of like expensive, it depends on how you spend your money. If you're like spoiled, you're gonna be like, it will be expensive. And you can also like choose the cheaper option.
There's an
actually.
option.
You can cook your own food. Don't be a spoiled brat.
But still, you know, at first, because there's an adjustment, I cannot even buy a coffee because I keep on converting dollars to peso. And when you buy a coffee, like, this is not worth it. Just a cup of coffee. And it's $3.50 in my country. It's really huge money.
Yeah.
And even the transportation, like, this is a lot of money in my country. But still, if you will be back on your economic subject, you will learn that dollars to dollars is different from dollars to peso.
Are you kidding me right now?
Is it emergency?
Emergency. Should we go out? Should we go out? No one's moving. So that's all for our video today.
See you in the next episode.
I was just kidding!
Okay, we're back after the emergency alarms turn on. How can I open an Australian bank account? Which bank do you recommend it?
So I have Commonwealth Bank. And it's just because I'm privileged, I have my aunt here who guides me through the process. But it's really easy process.
I'm using Commonwealth Bank as my personal bank account, but I go to one of the Commonwealth branches and then I try to fill the form. And then I think they only ask about like where do you live, your passport number, and then the lady in that customer service helped me to input the data, and then I just need to wait. I think it's 14 business days.
Yeah, and they will send you the card.
With the instructions inside of the letter. So it's actually really easy, but it just needs the time.
And you know what adjustment I can remember when you don't have the bank account at first or the card. In here, it is card to pay in cash. It's always with the card, and it's an adjustment.
Actually, you can pay with cash, but it's not common. Should we move on to next questions?
Okay. The most different part of living in Australia versus back home. It's a good question.
Okay. Wait, let me think.
Me too.
There's a lot. There's a lot.
There's a lot.
Don't get me wrong, but in terms of a lot, it's not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing.
Okay.
For me, the differences is like you try to live by your own. Like, because I don't have a family here. I don't have a relative here, so I try to be independent woman here. And like here, you meet a lot of new people from a different background.
Yep.
So I think there's a lot of differences.
Yeah, I can agree on that. That the most different part of living here is that Perth, particularly, is really diverse, especially Curtin. Like, you can sit on one group, but different nationalities, religion, and you can talk different topics and backgrounds.
And also the work environment or like working time. Here you work 9 to 5, so at 5 you go to your home. But in Indonesia, sometimes you go around like 11 p.m. Something. Here in Australia, it's more balanced in terms of like environment living.
I agree also in that one. Like, it's balanced.
Yeah. Is the airport pickup service available? I was picked up by my friends who has a car, so I'm not really sure, but you can actually check out on Curtin websites. Or if you miss any guidance or you actually not familiar with Perth, you can actually check Study Perth.
Yeah,
because they also have a guide at the airport. And
Study
they
Perth.
have a branch in the airport itself. In terms of transport in Australia, it's really easy. You can use Uber or Didi.
How can international students make their job applications stand out?
From my personal experience, I already watched YouTube before to make sure that I'm on the right track. But if you still doubt about your resume or your job application, you can actually attend Curtin workshop because there is Coffee Connect also can help you.
And one thing, just this personal tips, make it short and one page that they can read everything, and that's it.
How and where you can find accommodations in Perth?
Personally, I have my relatives here, so I have this accommodation.
Based on my personal experience, you can also check Uni Lodge, which is specifically it's for accommodations in campus. You can find a lot of like accommodations like Twin Dolphin, St. Cat's, Vickery, Erica, and everything there.
But still, I have friends that looking for some accommodation, and what I heard is in Marketplace. When it comes to Marketplace, like, use it with caution, girl.
True. Pay attention
be careful.
in details.
For the next question, how to find a job?
Okay, an update. I have a job now.
Yay!
From our last like some couple episodes, I don't have a job, and I think about it like I think I need a job better. Yeah, and then how do I find my job? Yeah, it was an accident because when I walked into Karawara shopping center, I was looking at one restaurant that is Korean restaurant, and then suddenly I was looking at the advertisement that they are looking for team members. I was like, I think I should try. And then I sent them an email. 2 days later after that, the manager called me and then I got a job.
Yeah.
Yay! You can also apply for a Curtin job, like earning while you learn. Earning while
I'm getting tips in here.
Or
how can I get the job? It's like walk in.
Walk in resume.
But still give importance with your connection. It's like if they're working and they are inside the company, they will know when it is hiring.
Yeah, true.
So it is your opportunity. Just tell your friends that you need a job, and if they're hiring in their place, in the workplace, and they will offer it to you.
So that's all. Yay! You answered a lot of questions. So that's all for our video today.
And don't forget to like this video and subscribe Curtin Life Australia YouTube channel.
Also, comment down below if you have any more questions or you wanted to share your experience.
And see you in the next episode.
See ya!
I'm back. Is it good?